Please help me, like this video and subscribe. I really appreciate your help. Straight people of Reddit, what questions do you have for the LGBTQ community? Gay men, how do you feel about your partners having bigger penises than you? Is it a turn on, or is there envy? Not specifically about penises. In a same gender relationship, it can be easier to feel envy about how the other person looks, or how accepting their family is, etc. Like Miso has better muscle definition than I do despite them not really aiming for or desiring it. It can feel like a competition because you're both aiming for the same thing, whereas that's less common in straight relationships. For me there's a bit of both. My boyfriend's dick is bigger than mine, and I'm both very turned on by that, and also jealous at the same time. My husband and I are both each convinced the other's dick is bigger. It's not something we really give much of a damn about. What's on the gay agenda for today? Mostly playing Minecraft. FK, it's Minecraft Day. I thought it was Take Over the World Day. I gotta put my pitchforks away. Are there straight jokes? Straight people use jokes about being gay all the time, especially guys. The first time I heard a gay guy refer to straight people as breeders I lost my shit. Careful with that though. Breeding means different things depending on which bar you're in that night. I don't think it's the case for everybody, but one of my group of friends is like 80% LGBT plus people, and yes, so many jokes and puns about straight/cis people, but none of them are insults, and I never heard a violent joke about straight people. We definitely have jokes about the straights though, like about heterophobia or straight pride. Got any good recipes for potato salad? I've been disappointed by the ones I've been trying. If you're making it with mayonnaise, maybe try making your own aioli instead as a base. It gives you a lot more control over the flavor and consistency. I also really love getting a bit of coriander in there. How do you know which penis will open up to accept the other man's penis? It's an office reference, I hope I didn't offend anyone. The penises fight to establish dominance. You discuss it beforehand. You may see the terms top, bottom and vers thrown around. They refer to inserting, opening and willing to do either. Don't listen to anyone who tells you it has to do with butt sex. They are just unaware of how gay sex actually works. Never have I ever been more curious as to how lesbians have sex, until I watched some lesbian stand-up comics state that how lesbians have sex is nothing like in porn. They don't scissor, and it will forever remain a mystery. Don't get me wrong. I generally do not give a shit at all on how people have sex, their kinks, etc. It just is not a concern I ever thought about. But when she said that, I had a wait, what moment ever since. I've never understood why this is such a mystery to people at all. If you're a straight dude and have no idea how you can pleasure a woman without your DK being involved, then damn, I feel bad for your partner. And if you're a straight woman and have no idea that sex goes beyond penetration, then time to get the mirror out during this quarantine and get to know your clit. It's not necessarily believing that sex only involves PIV penetration, but hand jobs, fingering, and oral sex are usually considered foreplay/side events. Straight people don't consider themselves non-virgins until they've actually had PIV sex, which is the highest level of sexual intimacy you can engage in within a heterosexual relationship/encounter. I'ma be honest and say I think oral is the most sexually intimate. Someone has to at least like you to put their mouth on your genitals. Scissoring isn't entirely off the table, and I know some people who really like it, but it's uncommon and almost never the main event for anyone. The first time my girlfriend and I tried scissoring, we actually had to analyze porn videos just to see how it works mechanically. It's not as simple as it looks. By then, we were laughing so hard at the absurdity of it all, we didn't get very far. We are sticking to fingers, tongue, etc. I have several that I can't get straight answers to. What are the creepy or offensive things that well-meaning non-LGBT people say as a B-girl? So, which one of us gesturing at the group of mainly straight friends would be your type? What are you asking here? If I'm interested in fking or romancing one of my friends? If they should feel threatened? Is it a genuine? Do you like brunette .s/blonde .s/gingers? And if that's the case, why not frame it that way? I feel like a fking predator when you ask that. Yeah, I know you're into that whole LGBT stuff. What? What does that even mean? What's LGBT stuff? Rights? Acknowledgement? Discussions? Protection? Yaoi fanfics? As a B man, the number of guys who automatically assume I'm going to put the moves on them or try to sleep with them is insane, to the point where I don't advertise it anymore while I'm out and won't hide it if pressed. The fact that I can't talk about it to anyone other than in the community just makes me sad. It's like, no, I'm not going to sleep with you or hit on you because I'm happily married and will hopefully remain that way for a long time. Also, you're just not my type, which is apparently, to the straights, an unacceptable answer. As a straight man, I automatically assume that gay or bi men are definitely not interested in me, mostly because straight women aren't interested in me either. So you would FK anyone in this room RN? No, I have standards and feelings and emotions. Just BC people are bisexual does not mean they are fucking machines. No, you're not my type. What do you mean, not your type? The question so which one is the girl and which one is the guy is pretty offensive. We are not trying to fit ourselves in a straight mold. We're both girls / we're both guys. It's like the whole point. Asking who's on top can be pretty intrusive if you don't know them well. Asking a trans person their birth name or what's in their pants is super rude. Asking a trans person their birth name or what's in their pants is super rude, yeah. And it's not a cute secret that's going to be unlocked when you get to know them, like a middle name or maiden name. Eventually I'd like to not have anyone know my birth name, and it's safer if nobody tells me this so that I only know them as they are now. What do or did you need from your mom of a trans teenager? I do my best to support him and want to learn to do better. Edit. Thank you so much for all the love and all the help. I truly appreciate it. If he's okay with it, help him navigate school administrative stuffery, preferred name, bathrooms, etc. If you have doubts, or fears or grief, that's okay, but don't let him see. Be prepared to issue ultimatums to unaccepting friends / neighbors / relatives. I'm not straight, but I've always wanted to ask a trans person what they mean when they say they feel like a man / woman. I guess it's probably not entirely tangible, but I've always found it intriguing. Imagine waking up every day of your life feeling like something's wrong. You're perfectly healthy, your life is great, but there's something wrong. You just don't know what. The feeling gets worse when you look at yourself in a mirror or see your body. It gets even worse when puberty starts and you watch your body change and you hate it, but you don't know why. There's just something wrong. The feeling sometimes gets better when you look at people of the opposite sex. For me, girls, sometimes it gets worse and you get frustrated for no reason. Maybe you have a crush on one of those girls. Maybe you just want some attention from them. But then, if you had a crush on one of them, there would be some happiness. There just isn't. Never. Your life is great, but you're miserable and you can't figure out why. Then one day a random thought occurs. I wish I were a girl. Then you understand what was wrong with you all your life. The way I experienced it, it's a mix of discomfort, longing, and envy. I wasn't comfortable with my body. Mind you, I had an awful life, which is why I didn't explore these issues until I gained some control over it in my early 20s. Because I was male, I was hoping something would change without really knowing what. I envied girls simply for being girls. This might be controversial, but I wouldn't say I feel like a woman. I'm a woman, just not physically, alas. Even now after successfully transitioning, I'm aware that I'm still biologically male. It still bothers me, but I can live my life as a woman and that's a massive weight off of my shoulders. I can look at my body or into a mirror. I wake up in the morning without that residual feeling that something is wrong. I'm no longer miserable. Identity is a difficult question and everyone has their own perception of it. I don't think you'll ever get a definite answer on your question. The best you can get is a variety of testimonials and personal experiences, few of which you will resonate with. How come it's common for a gay man to befriend straight women, but it's uncommon for a butch lesbian to befriend straight men? I'm gay and my sister a lesbian. My female friends have never requested to watch my husband and I have sex. Straight men are always asking my sister if they can watch my sister and her wife have sex. There's your answer. If you're trans, is it okay to ask what gender you identify as? As a trans individual, yes. I'd rather the question. If you weren't sure, guessing could get messy. Thank you very much for watching. In the comments below the video, Write what questions do you have for the LGBTQ community, and also do not forget to watch our other videos. Bye.